Hi, my name is Bill, and today I'm going to show you how to replace the dryer gas valve and burner assembly. The reason why you might have to do this, because it's either burned out and you're not getting any gas or heat to your dryer, or if you can smell gas. For this repair, you'll need a 1/4-inch nut driver and a flathead screwdriver. Warning: before doing any repairs, please disconnect your power source. This is our dryer model. It's a Kenmore. Now keep in mind that ours might be a little bit different than what you've got at home, but the same techniques should still apply. So what we're going to do first is turn the dryer around, and we're going to need to remove these 2 screws. Now that we have those screws off, we can take the top off. Just pull it back a little bit and remove it. You can set it off to the side. Now I'm going to turn the dryer back around, and the next thing we're going to do is remove the 2 screws holding the lower access panel on. Once those screws are off, you just take your panel, pull down on it just a little bit, and it comes right out. Now we're going to take out the 2 screws holding in the console. It's going to be on the top and the front of your dryer. We just have to take this screw out here. Now I have to take out this screw here. Now we have to just unplug these wires here for the console. Push that tab in. Same thing with the other one. After we do that, we can pull this metal panel out from the control board, and we can just set it in there. Now that everything's undone, we can just pull up on the control panel and just remove that and set it off to the side. Now I'm just going to pinch this plastic tab here and push it through. All right, now we're just going to undo this wiring harness here, and now you can just slide the screwdriver right between the clips and pull it apart. Now I want to just remove the filter here. We don't need that in there right now. It's just going to get in our way. And now I'm going to undo the 2 screws up here. All right. And now we're going to remove the screws off of this. Should be 4 in total. As you're removing this last screw, just make sure you're holding onto the panel so it doesn't fall on you. Now we're going to remove these screws here. Now we can lift up on the bulkhead. And we're going to pull it right off here. We're going to set this gently down. And we have one more wiring harness to undo. Now with our screwdriver again, we'll push down on this clip, and we should be able to pull it all apart. Next thing we're going to do is going to reach back in here and take off the belt. And in order to get the belt off, we're going to have to push up on the lever to release the tension, and reach in with our other hand, and now we can just take that right off. Now that the belt is off, you can take the drum out and set that off to the side. So this is going to be our burner and gas assembly right here. So to take this off, we're going to remove this wire first. And to get this wire off, we're going to need to use a flathead screwdriver to push that little button in. So I've got my flathead screwdriver, and we're just going to stick that in there in order to push the tab down, and then it pulls right out. Alright, so now we're going to undo the 2 screws right there on that clamp. So the next two screws we're going to take out are going to be right here, also with our 1/4" nut driver. So now last, we just have to loosen up a screw that's holding a clamp, which holds the pipe and is nice and tight on there. So once we loosen that up a little bit, we should be able to pull out the whole assembly. Alright, so now we have to unplug these wires here as well. There's a little tab right there. Use our flathead screwdriver just to pry that up a little bit, and that'll pull right out. And then we can pull this one out as well after we undo the tab. There we go. And now the entire assembly should pull right out. There we go. And now we've got the assembly off. We can also take this piece off and set it to the side. Now you can take your new OEM replacement piece. If you don't have one already, you can find one on our online store. So now we're going to put this back together. And what I'm going to do first is get that piece of metal that we originally took off, slide that in there, just like that. So we're going to feed the gas pipe back through that clamp in the back there. And as we do that, we're also going to try and line up right here. There's a little groove for another piece that slides right in there. It snaps in, and it helps us line up all of our holes. So then once we've got that in place, we can put the screws back in. So I'm going to start with the screws in here. There we go. Now I'm going to put the next screws in right here. Make sure the hole's lined up pretty good. Tighten that down. Right, and now we're going to tighten that clamp on our gas pipe here. There we go. Now that that's nice and tight, now we can reattach all of our wires. Alright, and now that we've got all that put back together, we can begin putting the rest of our dryer back together. Set it all the way back on the wheels there, and drop the belt down, and we'll put the belt back on. Now to put the drum back on, we're going to take the belt, we're going to go on the other side of the wheel here, just like this, and we're going to lift it up, keeping this all together. Whoops. And then loop the belt around the shaft here and make sure everything's on straight. There we go. And then everything should be able to spin freely now, just like that. Now we're going to get our bulkhead, and we're going to set this right back up on top of these clips. And just make sure that everything's clipped in. Now we're going to do the top two screws again. And now we're going to get the bottom two screws. There we go. Now that we've got those tightened up, we'll plug in this wire harness again. Now we'll put the fan cover back on. And just make sure you line up those holes and then screw it all back in. Now you can grab your lower access panel and we'll put that back into place. There we go. And now we can screw it all back in. Now we're going to go ahead and plug these wires back in together. And we can also put this clip right back in here. Next we're going to put the control board back on. We're just going to slide that in there. There we go. And now we can screw it back on. Now, we're going to grab this metal panel with the control board on it. We'll slide that back into its slot. And then we can screw it back in. Now we're going to plug in the wires for the control board again. Lastly, we're going to turn the dryer back around so that we can put the top back on. And now we're just going to put the top back on. Make sure it's nice and snug and screw it back in. Then we can turn it back around, hook it all back up, and your repair is complete. Finally, don't forget to plug in your appliance. If you need to replace any parts for your appliances, you can find an OEM replacement part on our website, PCApplianceRepair.com. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and share our video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us make more videos just like these for you to watch for free.